I love Halloween time. Besides loving to dress up and to watch horror movies during Halloween time, one of the things I absolutely love to do during Halloween time is eat candy. I love candy. I love Avos, Airheads, Annis Mint, Atomic Fireball, Zuka Gum, Big Hunk, Good Honey, Black Cow, Blackjack Gum, Blow Pop, Boston Baked Beans, Bottle Caps, Little Tape, Cadbury Egg, Candy Bottoms, Candy Cigarettes, Candy Corn, Candy Necklace, Charleston Chew, Charms, Chico Stick, Chicklets, Chuckles, Cinnamon Bears, Circus Peanuts, Tails, Crybabies, Dots, Stuffins Pop, Elastic Godstopper. Oh shit, my cards are all mixed up here and upside down. Let me fix them here. There we go. Fun dip, good and plenty, goo-goo, cluster, gum cigars, gum drops, gum bears, gushers, hell, Hershey's Kiss, Hot Tamales, Jawbreaker, Jelly Belly Jelly Beans, Jolly Rancher, Buzz, Gigi Booze, Judge Bees, Judge Buzz, Judge Buzz. Oh, Gigi Bees, Gigi Fruits, Gigi Mints, Laffy Taffy, Lemon Head, Lifesavers, M&M's, Mambo, Marathon, Like and Light, Milk Duds, Neck Wafers, Berries, and Later, Oak Buzz, Orange Slicers, Orange Cheddar. Oh shit. First, my bad back.
Oh my god.
Peeps, Pez, Pixie Stick, Pocky, Pop-Roids, Raisins, Razzles, Red Vines, Red Hots, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Reese's Pieces, Ring Pop, Rolo, Runs, Sicklets, Skittles, Slapstick, Slow Coke, Smarties, Snow Caps, Sour Patch Kids, Spring, Starburst, Sugar Baby, Sugar Daddy, Sweet Fish, Sweet Tarts, Tootsie Pop, Tootsie Roll, oh shit. Swizzers, Warheads, Wax Bottles, Wax Lips, Withers Original, Witzel Pop, Little Pepper Patty, Zouts, Tiny Tarts, Velvet, Whoppers, and Sours. Oh, wait a second, I just realized something. I actually don't like any of those candies. The ball and string to my paddle ball went missing one day, so for a substitute, I have to tear out my right eye along with the cord that's attached to the back of it. I tore out both of those, and I super glued the end of that cord to the center of that paddle ball, and shortly after that, I started playing paddle ball with it. There's a 7-year-old girl, she went up to a group of other 7-year-old girls, and she asked them if she could join their game of jump rope. And these girls rudely did not request in doing so, and they also rudely did not request and borrow an extra pair of jump ropes so she can entertain herself with it. So she walks away in sadness, but then she realizes that she doesn't really need them to have fun with. She can have fun with herself, with her own jump rope. So she opens up a little door that's on her stomach, and she pulls out all her intestines and spreads them apart and grabs both ends of them and starts playing jump rope with it. I'm sure you guys are like, what the fuck's going on right now? Oh, I have more in store for all of you. I was talking to this Indian girl one day, and while I was talking to her, I noticed that she had a red dot on her forehead, and I knew this red dot was a Hindu religious thing that mostly Hindu women would have on their forehead. And I was curious about it, and I wanted to learn more about it. So I asked her about it, and she says to me, what red dots on my forehead? And once she told me that, a sniper shoots her in the forehead. Yeah, people were just silent the last time I did that joke. It's like, you guys did not get that joke at all. There was this woman that got toxic waste mixed with bird sperm inside her vagina one day, and this stuff ended up mutating and impregnating her reproductive human egg cells inside her body, and 9 months after this happened, her reproductive human egg cells came out of her body, out of her vagina as full-grown eggs, and these eggs hatched and birds came out of them. I took a DNA test one day, and I discovered through this DNA test that this 54-year-old guy by the name of David Crum is my real adoptive father. Finally, through various spiritual techniques, I have awakened my third eye. Now all I have to do is find the various spiritual techniques to finally awaken my third nipple. There was this vampire that was on a non-stop massacre of humanity, and the reason why he was massacring humans was to drink human blood, because he loved human blood so much. But his thirst for human blood brought him to an end when he murdered and drank the blood of prostitutes, and 2 years after he did this, he died from AIDS. There was this guy who was in his house one day, and there was this voice that came out of nowhere, and this voice says to him, "Get out of your head, get out of your head, get out of your head." He freaked out so much that he ran out of his house, and when he ran out of his house, he looked over and saw his house was actually his head. Then it turned out that was a dream that I was having, and he woke up from that dream. And once he woke up from that dream, he was in his room, and there was this door that was right in front of him. And he goes through this door, and he falls down 25 feet below. And he survives from his fall and everything. He doesn't get injured at all, but once he gets up on his feet and turns around him, he sees a gigantic naked version of himself standing right behind him. And it turns out he ended up exiting out of the door, out of the head of his gigantic self's penis. I'm sure you guys are like, what? How much acid did you take to come up with that joke? I'm drug-free, surprisingly. Speaking of drugs, I don't think it's a very good idea to have sex while intoxicated in drugs due to the fact that people don't really have good self-awareness while they're intoxicated in drugs. And also, I don't really condone that behavior. For example, if a guy and a girl are having sex on a stimulant like cocaine or meth, I don't think it'll really go well due to my previous statements, and also to the fact that when people are high on these drugs, they're very rough and aggressive. And if they're both having sex, if the girl's on her back and the guy's in the upright missionary position and wrestling fucking her up in front, if the girl had big tits, she'll be so screwed because while the guy will be aggressively fucking her up in front, her big tits will be hitting her in the face in every second. I was giving a speech to all these World War II veterans one day, and while I was giving a speech to them, I had a sneeze all of a sudden. And my sneezes are pretty loud, so when I sneeze, I accidentally sneeze right into the microphone. And after I did that, and after my speech, one of the World War II veterans comes up to me and says to me, "You know, son, I haven't seen that many bodies drop dead since D-Day." There's this new threat to the gay community, and this threat is of closet alien parasites. They're closets, but they're alien, they're parasites. And basically what they're doing is that they're infecting gay people with their offspring, because that's the only way that they can reproduce is by infecting them with their offspring. And after a while, their offspring grows to a certain extent inside them. Their offspring will burst out of their chest like a chest burster from Alien. So closets are coming out of gay people. Gotta think about it a little bit in order to my wordplay. I came up with this game to combat sexual assault. I call this game Whack Rapist. It's kind of like Whack-A-Mole, only there's two big differences to it. The number two big difference between the two of them is that instead of bowls you're hitting with a hammer, you're hitting dicks. And the number one main big difference between the two of them is that instead of the objective of hitting them when they're coming out of the holes, you're hitting them to prevent them from going to the holes. I am a terrible person. Oh, and my closing joke right now. This is going to be my last one. Warning. I can get pretty nervous right before I'm about to perform stand-up comedy up on stage. I get this nervous, anxious feeling that I get. And other people get this nervous, anxious feeling as well right before whatever they're nervous or anxious about doing. But once you do it, all your nerves, all anxiety, it all goes away. It's kind of like suicide. You're all nervous, you're all anxious right before you're about to do it, but once you do it, all the nerves, all anxiety, it all goes away. Oh yeah. All right. That's my time.